Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the IceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia. I'm Warren Joy. Wurrung traditional land for the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. Round 7, Game 1 clash between the Melbourne Ducks and the Melbourne Ice. It's the second derby clash of these two teams, and the first one in 2026. It's Game 1 of this round. View of someone who has played in front of a big crowd before in a different game in a past life in a galaxy far, far away. When you play in front of a big crowd, it does raise your game, and that's what the Ducks need to do. I was chatting with Ross Fisher just a little bit earlier today, and he was saying, look, the team has the talent to be competitive. What they need is the fire in the belly, and they're going to need to bring that this evening if they're going to give the Ice a run for their money. Both teams coming off significant weekends that I'm sure they'd like to prefer to forget if they could. The Ducks very tight-lipped about what happened to them last weekend, and the Ice very tight-lipped about what happened to them last weekend up in Queensland. They didn't have a particularly successful weekend, and they were a little bit disappointed in that performance. And the Ducks too came back from Adelaide well and truly with their tails between their legs. So both teams with something to prove this afternoon, not just to the derby, but also the overall level of the competition.
If you watch that game for the Melbourne Ice, or that series last week, there was some talk on the commentary saying that the Melbourne Ice aren't as feared as they once were. But let's not forget, this is back-to-back champions. This team are going to have a fire behind them, and they're going to want to pressure this Melbourne Ducks team early and quiet down any of this crowd that are here to support the upstart Ducks?
Well, I think there's quite a significant crowd here which are wearing Melbourne Ice jerseys too. So it's not going to be a partisan crowd by any stretch of the imagination. It is a Melbourne derby, so it's not a long trip to come if you're an Ice fan. Most of them play here and are involved here at IceHQ as well as playing in at Docklands. So it'll be a very evenly balanced crowd, mixture of jerseys, of course, for everyone coming along to watch it. Some fun things that we're going to watch out here for the Ducks in particular. We welcome back Bria Johnson, who was a big miss for them last week. She was away at the Under-18 World Championships, and it's great to have her back, which is a good thing to see. She'll make a massive difference. She brings that level of ferocity into the defence that the Ducks desperately need, and when she's on the ice, combine that too with Caitlin Hellyer, and you've got two absolute monsters in defence. We need them to perform, Ducks fans, but the Ice too, well, they're going to be missing one of their superstars. It's Danny Butler's not playing this evening, so they'll miss her. But we'll see how they go with that. Ashana Godfrey will, of course, be a force to be reckoned with in attack for the Ice. She's been in terrific form.
The other missing for the Ducks will be netminder Liv Gargano, who also was out representing the country there in the Under-18 national team. She's still not back yet, so patrolling the crease here for the Ducks this weekend will be Jade Davis-Tope, the brick wall she is, and Genevieve Lunt. Whereas on the other side, you have Michaela Peers, who is making an argument for one of the top goaltenders in this league, as she's been excellent so far this season. And backing her up out there is Rebecca Jennings this afternoon.
And Jennings, a player who's come up through the recreational league here at IceHQ. It's great to see her making that step up to the national level. It's a good honour for her if she gets a chance to get in the net for the Ducks. The last time these two teams played, it went fairly predictably, I guess, to the Ice. The Ducks will be looking to see if they can redress that. The first time, I think, from memory, was 5-8 or something along those lines, and the second game was a shutout to the Ice.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if the Ducks can do a bit better this evening. It's been stirred up on social media. We've seen some videos floating around of the Ducks being called chickens. Well, I think that's we might see if the Ducks can address that one a little bit. Time will tell, of course, with regards to that one. And battles on social media pales in significance to the battle on the ice this afternoon. It's a hot day outside, but it's cold here in the rink. And the ice is, of course, frozen.
And I think that's great. The kudos to those social media teams. They're doing a good job trying to drum up some of the rivalry. I think there was a similar one last time they played of I believe it was Steph Cochran ordering Peking duck on an Asian menu. So great job for the marketing teams. And if you go back to that series, there's one play I want to call out. There was a lovely play there by the leading goal scorer for the Melbourne Ducks, Jelena Grekovic. She scored the Russ Tyler special, crossing over the red line and taking a little bit of a knuckle puck slap shot that went top shelf. And I think for those fans of the Mighty Ducks franchise, they would have loved to see that one.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing a fierce contest on the drop of the puck. We're going to get the anthem done. Ceremonial puck drop being taken by Toddy Cutter from the Melbourne Ducks originally, well, not necessarily originally, but Toddy Cutter as a fundraiser earlier game, which was played for motor neuron disease fundraising, which is why the Ducks are wearing a blue jersey this evening instead of their usual green and black. Those jerseys are up for auction, so if you want to contribute to fundraising for a very worthwhile cause indeed, a lot of us are impacted by MND, then you can get online and get involved in the auction to buy some of those jerseys, which are up to raise funds. All the proceeds from that will be going to the Motor Neuron Disease Foundation. And we're very pleased to be able to support that. Just wait for our captains to come out and we'll get the puck drop underway. Lucy Parrington for the Ducks, who has been outstanding as a leader all season. Will be taken care of right now, and then we'll be underway very shortly. get underway very shortly indeed. The anthem now carried out. Teams will just have their little chat around their goalies, the traditional huddle, just to remind them that we are here for you. This area in front of the slot is protected. Something the Ducks will need to be mindful of. They've given away a few easy goals over the last few weeks, so putting that puck into that high-risk area through the slot in defence. If they can retain a little bit more composure there, Gossie, they'll cut down a lot of those opportunities. You can't stop the brilliant goals, but you can stop the silly ones, and they can do that by defending their area in front of the net, not putting the puck there in the first place. I think the idea is goals are scored, almost all of them, from an area within about a 10-metre radius of the front of the net. You just want to keep the puck out of there, and you certainly don't want to put it there yourself. And if the Ducks can manage to avoid that cross-eye stuff out of defence, then they will make themselves much harder to beat indeed today. Because I tell you what, you're going to get Shana Godfrey pouncing on them every chance you can. Also Emily Davis-Tope, who scored an absolute ripper there the last time these two teams played, when a errant Ducks cross-ice pass through D was intercepted by her too. So if they can cut them out, that'll get rid of a couple of goals and give them a chance to see if Grakovic can score some on the power play. She's a one-trick pony, that one on the power play. The Ducks will try and feed her on the blue line. But if you're on a one-trick pony and it's a really, really good trick, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just ask Ovi, right?
One-trick pony, but it's a hell of a trick.
He's got quite a few over there. I mean, I think you're right, Carl. The Ducks have bled goals this year. They're by far the largest number of goals. They're sitting on a -63 goal differential. Obviously, as we know, the point of the game is to score more than the other team, and it's a lot easier when you don't have to score as many by blocking on that side. The other keys to the game today is going to be the special teams. The Melbourne Ducks are up against the top special teams team in the league. They Melbourne Ice, 87% on the PK, number one. Power play, 24%, number one. The Ducks themselves also on the power play have been pretty good. They're sitting third, 19%, but they're dead last on the penalty kill, so they're really going to want to keep that light. And here we are for Puck Drock on the MND fundraising evening, and it's the Melbourne Ice now that have won it, but it's picked up here by Green. Ducks get it deep into ice zone. It comes through now, the Ice here in white, still hemmed in. Lecren with the puck, shot up there for Anderson, kept in there by Ryland. Nelson gets it up to Green, who gets pinned up on the wall. It squirts out here, a nice poke back over to Green. She just mishandled that one, and that's going to allow Carmen Anderson to come out. Anderson, one of the imports here for the Ice, gets it over to Davis-Tope. She takes a shot, a glove save, and it just bounces to the side. There were shouts from some of the crowd thinking that might have gone in, but the Ducks clear it down into Ice territory and all go for wholesale changes.
Green there, just a little bit unlucky. The connecting pass didn't quite get onto her stick. It was a good chance early.
Anderson chips that in. It's Niamh Gallagher who's first there for the Ducks. She chipped it forward to Prosick, who's being chased there by Godfrey, was able to get it across to the captain. Parrington shovels that in deep. Godfrey picks it up, watched by Prosick. Puck glove down, it's still loose. Picked up here by Parrington, who takes a shot down is Pierce. She lost it for a moment and covered up as the Melbourne Ducks were there looking. It was Colette Morgan looking for a rebound, but not given there by Michaela Pierce.
Some good forechecking pressure there by Colette Morgan. She's come up across and just started with the Ducks in the last couple of weeks when her citizenship came through. She's now an Australian citizen, so no issues there with being an import. She's come from Ringette.
So Hollier got it back to Gallagher, who shot that in. It's been much Ducks offensive pressure so far here early in the Melbourne Derby. It's Cashin who wasn't able to get there, and the Ice just chip it out. It's Briar Johnson, fresh from the Under-18 World Championship, taking it into the zone. It's picked off by the Ice, and Julian knocked in. There's going to be a penalty, so delayed penalty here. The puck's on the stick of Godfrey. She walks in, takes a shot, and scores! Sharna Godfrey with her 7th of the season on the delayed penalty, and the Melbourne Ice strike first here, 1-0 at IceHQ.
The saving grace there for the Ducks. Briar Johnson won't have to spend 2 minutes in the box. Obviously, they would have preferred for that not to happen. She'd get tangled up through the middle ice. Interesting too for the Ducks this evening, Caitlin Hellyer moving into centre as opposed to a normal role in defence. We'll see if they persist with that.
You see that on that CCM All-Out replay brought to you by Sunny Seafood. The Melbourne Ducks just allowed Sharna Godfrey to walk off that wall, and she made no mistake going top shelf over the glove.
You can always see Godfrey come in at that 45-degree angle through the slot. It's a classic move from hers. It's that one-trick pony, but it's a hell of a good trick.
And there's Dash with a shot, and Davis-Tope makes the save.
Dasher player we haven't seen too much of this season. Looks like she's being escorted over to the penalty box, though.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give her 2. She did go for a second little chop at a loose puck, but the puck was covered, and it looks like the official Jeffrey Klink's going to give her 2 for slashing. So a light penalty. I mean, as a goalie, I've had a couple of those on me a few times and none called, but penalty all the same. And the Ice now will go to the penalty kill up against the 3rd-ranked power play of the league here in the Melbourne Ducks.
Watch them try and load up to Grakovic back on the blue line when they get her. Parrington's back waiting for it.
It now goes to the captain. She shovels that in. It was intercepted, and the Melbourne Ice come out now through Davis Tope. Falling was Parrington. It's a 2-on-1. Davis Tope with a shot. Save Davis Tope. Another save there by Jade as she shut down Anderson looking to pounce.
Parrington makes amends. He plays that's having a little bit of form.
Scores! And the power play strikes for the Ducks through Nelson. And we've got a tie game here at IceHQ. You can see here Nelson off the wall, took a shot, it just bobbled, and that just forced Michaela Pearce out of position, wasn't able to recover. And just like that, the Ducks are back in it on the power play.
Arguably both goals power play goals, although the first one was on that delayed penalty. But, 1-1, as you say, Gossie, from just the 5 shots on the net so far for the Ice, 2 for the Ducks. We have ourselves a game so far.
So 1-1 here, and it's on the stick. The Ice goal scorer, Godfrey, takes it wide around Stringer. Has it on the backhand. It's picked up there by Cameron, but in come the Ice. Puck on the point now. Lecren over to Julian. Centers that one, and down on the glove is Jade Davis Tope.
Davis Tope wisely just shuts that one down. Ducks looking to get a change. Another thing that they've been a little bit guilty of, certainly in the 3rd period over the last few games, is that top line getting into long shifts, and as a result, not back-checking as quickly as they've needed to, and that's given away a few opportunities. If they can keep their shift short today, they give themselves a better chance in the 3rd. Face-off won by the Ice. Picked off there beautifully by the Ducks. Racing up Ice goes
Newman.
Rama.
Hope Newman takes the shot, and a save there by Michaela Pearce as the Ducks were looking to get their first lead of the game.
What you'll see there is a great opportunity. The defensive zone face-off is a massively underestimated opportunity for a counter-attack. Quite often the opposition team D will pinch right in and you can catch them flat-footed and get away. Now the Ducks doing exactly the same thing. Their D pinching right in close.
So Nelson wins the face-off back. It's Johnson being watched there by Heel. Johnson walking the line. Being watched by Cochran. Johnson gets it deep. Support there though for the Ice through Saint-Amand.
Johnson was given way too much time there by the Ice up on the blue line. She had time to have a scratch.
So Heel dumps that in. Tran will get there for the Ducks. Being watched there by the Ice. It's on the point for Saint-Amand with a great pass there for Davis Tope, who gets cleaned out there in the corner. It's shoveled here to the far side. It's picked up by Saint-Amand. It comes to the point, just shoveled past, and here comes Green. She's all alone. It's stolen off her stick by Anderson. Chipped up to Saint-Amand, who drops it for Anderson. Good back check there by Morgan, and the Ducks exit the zone.
Ducks a little bit lucky there. They had a change that was going on. They were undermanned briefly, but they got it under control. Parrington now.
She comes in with the power move. It's knocked off. Down is Pearce, and she covers up as the Ducks captain tried to bring it inside to score.
So far, goals to Godfrey, assisted by Sano and Nelson for the Ducks. 1-1 with just over 15 and a half minutes to go in the first.
So face off here to the right of Michaela Pearce. It'll be Parrington against Julian. Parrington wins it back cleanly. Ryland with a shot deflects off the stick of Godfrey. And now Jackwitz will look to clear the zone for the Ice. Puck centered. It just goes under the skate of Ryland. This is going to allow Godfrey to enter here on her off wing. Exactly how she scored last time. A pass this time into Julian. Just didn't connect. But the Ice keep the puck in the zone through Dutton.
It was Parrington who got back there and just broke that one down. Great captain's knock from her so far.
So Grakovic looked to get that over to Prosek. It missed her. Dutton will collect now for the Ice. Chip it forward to Julian. Nice move, but Grakovic steals the puck. With it, Grakovic over to Mendham. Back to Grakovic. She's 1-on-2 with support now. Nice little move. Shot on and couldn't make the magic happen.
I think everyone was waiting there for Grakovic to fire the slap shot we've seen so many times. With that time, she tried a sneaky little toe drag. It very nearly worked.
Godfrey with it on her stick now. Hollier breaks it up there at center ice. There's a change happening at the ice bench. And that just forces them to regroup, and a deflection off the stick of heel. Through now to Cochrane. Shot with Cochrane off the iron as the captain nearly struck there for the ice.
It looked all money to be in, but it did hit the upright.
So Dash back to the point for Lecran, who winds, takes a shot. Good block there by Ryland. Rama now tries to ram it up the boards. It's stopped by Dash, who shovels that deep for Heel. Heel centers that one, intercepted nicely by Yates, and now Ryland will be able to get it out for the Ducks in blue. Ryland smartly shovels that deep, and the Ducks go for a change.
Good timing on that one too, emphasising the change is more important than the rush. The Ducks showing you that time exactly how to do it. They get fresh legs.
Dash shoved that up the wall, but her team as well going for a change. So Stringer will be able to regroup to her D partner in Cameron. She shovels that forward, just smartly not touched by Mayer, as she didn't want to get the too many players penalty. It's intercepted now, and here comes Anderson. Anderson winds, shoots, and a save there, Davis Tope, as it hits the netting.
She caught Stringer there a little bit flat-footed up high. One interesting thing too you can watch, might not be able to see it on the feed, but we can certainly see it from here. The Melbourne Ice changing in and out through the gate all the time. They're creating themselves a bit of a traffic jam, which is not only slowing down their changes, but also leaves them vulnerable to being pinged for too many players on the ice. So I'll need to watch that.
So Davis Tope now wins that face-off back to Jackwitz, back to Davis Tope. It's stolen, though, here by the Ducks. Grakovic, and with speed now, she skates in, a nice pass up to Green. She purposely fans on that one, as she'll tell her friends, and then dumps that deep.
Another great move there from Ryland, sorry, from Newman there, I should say, who moved quickly from the face-off and put pressure on Jackwitz, which created that turnover.
Mayer through the middle, stolen by Grakovic. Sends that forward over to Nelson. Nice move to keep it away from Anderson. She shovels that deep, and now the Ducks go for a change. Puck centered, and now it's Jackwitz who puts that back in on Piers, and she covers up, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the ice netminder.
Good change discipline there by the Ducks. They're getting those shift changes quickly when they need them. They're not getting tangled up in attacks when they want to get fresh legs out. It's good, smart play from them.
So face-off won by the Ducks again. Prosick not able to get a shot in. It's rimmed on the wall. Johnson will keep it in on the point. Watched there by Miskovich, who dropped her stick. Stays with the play. It bounces here, and now Godfrey will take the advantageous loose puck in with a shot. Shoots it off the iron. The goalie's best friend, Jay Davis Tope, able to stare down the ice goaltender and stop that one.
Davis Tope did a good job there, taking away the angle too. She could see Godfrey coming. Had good positional play. Just shut down all the line.
Here's
all Godfrey
Amelie's.
could do was hit the post.
So St. Amand here battling with it. It bounces into the slot area. It's tied up. Parrington for the Ducks has it, shoots it, save there, and with the oven mitt covering up is Michaela Piers.
We can keep continuing watching the ice in particular. They don't seem very keen on jumping over the boards to get on the ice. And as a result, it is causing a bit of a traffic jam.
So been plenty of Ducks pressure so far in a 1-1 game. Power play goal to the Ducks earlier to Nelson, and a goal on a delayed penalty to Godfrey. Here come the ice, though, and it's the captain, Steph Cochrane, here on the left wing. Stops up, waits, still with it, shovels it deep. Heel will go get to it. She looked to center that one. It does come out. Cochrane now. Puck's loose. Picked up by Lecran. She walks the line, holds off Cash, and gets it down to her captain. Cochrane tied up there by Stringer for Hollier. It's Cameron now on Cochrane. Nice move, Cochrane. It shoots that one, and it bounced into the slot area, but first to it was Rama, who will now get it out to center ice.
Good play there by Ebony Rama. She's finding her fierce. It's taken her a little while.
Fresh off the bench is Dash. She gets that into the zone. Cameron for the Ducks. Rims it up to Cashin. She's got some space, but a good back check here by Dash will not battle it off, as Nelson able to get it deep here for the Ducks.
Cashin had been caught out there on a long shift. She was pretty keen to get off the ice.
Here comes Anderson, a product of Indiana, Adrian College, Michigan, where she was the captain and a point-per-game player before coming over here for the ice. She battles here with Nelson. Grakovic comes in. It's on the stick of Anderson now. Walks in front, looking to center to Dash. It'll come back to Jackwitz, who keeps it in. A shot, looking for a tip, and a hell of a blocker save there by Davis Tope with a great deflection in front by Dash.
That was Just pure reflex there by Davis Tope. I don't think she saw it coming. It was just flash the mitt and see what you can do.
Nelson shovels that deep. It's icing waved off, so that'll allow Green to battle in on Jackwitz. Green wins that battle, looks to center it. It's stolen, but coming in is Parrington with a shot, and that's blocked by Godfrey. Grkovic activates off the point. It'll be a delayed penalty here to the ice. And with the touch there by Davis Tope, we'll have a penalty to Carmen Anderson for body contact.
Anderson being escorted over to the bench. Now the Ducks with their second power play. They didn't use it in the first one, but watch for them to try and line up Grkovic up on the blue line and fire that big slap shot we know she's got. If they can get the puck back up to her with a little bit of space, she will fire that cannon. And, it's got some muzzle velocity, that's for sure, when she gets a chance. Cochran there just having a chat with the referee, trying to work out the situation, but it's not going to change the decision.
Yeah, I think just a discussion on shielding the puck, body contact, but we spoke about it early in the game, early on the broadcast, that special teams would be important, and we've already had one power play goal. Let's see if the Ducks can stay perfect.
Grkovic having to go back and clean up the mess. Godfrey doing a good job of disrupting the first part on that power play. Here come the Ducks again, though. Parrington goes deep into the corner.
She walks it and drops that there for Nelson. We'll give it back to Grkovic. Watched by Julian, a shot on. It's blocked, and it'll now come to Godfrey, and she shoots that right into the bench.
That'll stop the clock. Probably not what Godfrey would have liked. She shot it into her own bench for starters. But that just brings the play back and stops the clock, so we don't get run down on the timeout. 1 minute and 35 to go on the penalty to Anderson. Ducks with another chance to Arillo. Grkovic just floating around that high slot area, waiting to get the puck back to her. If she can fire it from there, it's dangerous.
So Heel lost that face-off, but it does come out into the neutral zone. Interesting one there for Heel. She's the second all-time in points and games played for New Zealand, so a great pickup there for the Melbourne Ice. Jackwitz with the puck in the corner, rims it on the wall. It comes out all the way, and Cochran's going to be there first, and Davis Tope took a spill, so that's going to allow Cochran to pick up the puck. Watched there by Morgan, and the puck's pinned up there for the ice. Good pass there by Morgan. Gets it up to Nelson, who leaves it for Parrington. Back to Nelson. She winds, takes a shot right into the glove of Michaela Pierce.
So a minute into the power play, both teams getting the changes that they'd be pretty keen to get. The Ducks will need to be mindful that when Anderson does come back on the ice, they're watching out for it.
Tell you what, I wish we had some heart rate monitors on Jade Davis Tope when you go out to play the puck and take a little tumble and you got the captain of the Melbourne Ice coming down the way. I can only imagine how hard that's beating.
That's called tachycardia, Gossie.
So here we are. It's on the stick here of Saint-Amand coming in for the Melbourne Ice, shorthanded. A nice move. Watched there by Hollier, who knocks her down and now picks up the loose puck. It's Godfrey, who has 2 shorthanded goals this season, pressuring, but the Ducks do get it and will use the player advantage here just to skate the puck out of the zone.
Ice just having to reorganise their defence. Ducks had a bit of a chance there, but they weren't quite quick enough to take advantage of it. A little bit of chaos.
Green shovels it deep for Mendham. Looking to give it back to Green, but stolen by Julian. Puck on the half wall, stopped out by the Ducks. They'll send it back deep. Still on the stick here of Hollier.
10 seconds to go on the power play.
Newman's open. Hollier elects to shovel that in forward for Green, but it goes off the stick of Saint-Amand into the corner. Puck cleared down the length of the ice, and that will be it for the power play. The Ducks now go 1 for 2 as this game remains tied at 1.
Fresh legs on for the Ice. The Ducks still with the same team out.
Yates misses her teammate there. It's stopped up by Dutton. Davis Tope takes a tumble but gets it to Lecran. Now on the stick of Mayer. Tried to center it for Anderson. Intercepted by Hollier. Interestingly enough, you see Hollier back on the point there. Early change there by Coach Jeremy Muir.
We'll see if she stays forward or back throughout the game. It'll be an interesting battle. Stringer.
Here's Anderson for the ice. Off the wall. Walks in, takes a shot and scores! Carmen Anderson, the import, with her 4th goal of the season as she shoots it top shelf where they keep the cookies from the kids. And the Ice are back out to a 1-goal lead.
They're taking advantage. Stringer was caught high, trying to make a high challenge, and you're almost always going to get beaten in that situation. The attacking player has the advantage. They can just strip the puck off the boards or through your legs or whatever and get through. And in the end, just lobbing it over the shoulder there of Davis Tope. So the Ducks will need to just tighten that up, fix those instincts. 1 goal the lead now to the Ice with 7 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first.
So Cashin shovels that deep. Jackwitz will pick up the puck. Lecren recycles it behind her own net. Jackwitz will pick it, give it up on the half wall. The Ice just content to maintain possession here and look for a breakout. It now is through their captain, Cochran, over the red line, shoots that one in. Heel will go in on Stringer. Heel wins that battle, has it now, tried to chip it to Dash, but Dash had other ideas, and it's intercepted here by Cashin now. She shoots it into Nusamevich's legs. It's loose. St. Amand will pick it up and activate. Here she comes, sends it deep, will chase her own dump and pick it up now. Julian's looking for it on the point, kicks it to her stick, gets it over, looking for Godfrey. Intercepted there by her teammate, though. Numaskevich will send it deep.
We're going to get another penalty now, and it's going to be on the Ducks.
Puck's just there, and Godfrey comes out with it, but...
it's been Coach Cameron who will be escorted to the box. Not exactly what for yet, but some form of body contact as she heads over to the box to sit two. So now the Ice with their first actual power play. Godfrey taking advantage of the delayed penalty earlier. Ducks now with their chance to load it up and see if they can extend the lead out to 2 goals with 6 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the first, as Cameron will be sitting ideally 2 if you're a Ducks fan. If you're an Ice fan, you'd like it to be just a little bit less than that. But, we'll see how this one pans out. Can the Ducks square it out, or the Ice maintain possession and get the score up?
So Anderson, the recent goal scorer, picks it up in the far side corner. She's got Godfrey on the point, feeds it back. The #1 power play on action now is St. Amand with a shot. Save Davis, so puck's loose. Godfrey will pick it up now on the half wall. Look to give it back to the point, and it bounces over to the stick of St. Amand.
Prosic going out to put some pressure on the Ice. Be careful she doesn't get overextended in there, but manages to recover.
Davis-Tope streams through the neutral zone now. She's got Anderson behind her, drops it to her. Julien asks for the puck and gets it. Shoots it in, save there, Davis-Tope. Godfrey activates off the point. It's loose there momentarily. Centered and cleared there by Prosic.
Prosic got a stick on it and just got it clear. The Ducks will be looking to get a change now. They'll fair bit of pressure on them, and they do manage to get 1 or 2 off the ice. Prosic manages to get a change.
Godfrey tried the one-touch pass. Parrington intercepted it and sent it deep. Out is Pierce to leave it for Julien. Interestingly enough, on that power play goal by the Ducks, there was an assist to the goaltender, Jade Davis-Tope, so congratulations to her for her first point of the AWIHL career. Always nice for a goalie point, right, Carl?
Absolutely.
Here's
Ducks now managing to put some pressure on the ice in the on the penalty kill.
So it's Nelson tied up there by the defender Dutton. It comes out to the far side. Grikovic will activate and pick that one up. She had it knocked off her stick by the captain Cochran, and now Dash will shovel it deep. It hit the linesman, but that's going to work. Heel, the New Zealander, nice move. Walks down Main Street, takes a shot. Save Davis-Tope, puck loose behind the net. And Grikovic now will pick it up and take it into the open space and send that down, but not past Dutton.
Grikovic have been out for a long time on that power play, on the penalty kill, sorry. Just 10 seconds to go on the Cameron penalty. She'll be out very shortly.
So here we are, Anderson looking to stretch it. It knocks off the skate of Davis-Tope. She'll start the pressure, penalty over, so we're now 5 aside. The Ice 0 for 1 on the power play, but Davis-Tope takes a shot. Saved by Jade Davis-Tope. And the puck comes back now behind the net. It's Anderson centering it. Back to Dash. To the point there for Jackwitz, who mishandles that one, and it went out, but called onside, and a fall there by Heel is going to create an opportunity here for Green. Tied up, Hollier now with it on the backhand. Runs into her own teammate. And that's unfortunate, as the Ducks were looking to capitalize on a misfortune there for the Melbourne Ice.
Just a little bit of disorganisation there on the ice part that the Ducks couldn't quite get enough onto it though. Cameron now having to back check quickly.
With speed here is Anderson walking in. She'll wind traffic in front of the net. A shot looking top shelf, but a shoulder save there by Davis-Tope.
Anderson taking good advantage there of a quick screen the ice set up.
St. Amand walks the line now. She'll look to give it back there to her teammate Anderson, who'll shovel it deep now for Julien. It's stopped up by Hollier. Battling is Cameron, and the puck's loose there for Newman. Mayer will pick it up. Look to center it, and nearly knocked off the stick of Stringer, but down with the pad was Jade Davis-Tope as she makes her 14th save of the game.
She's been pretty busy so far, Jade, in the net for the Ducks with those 15 saves now, 8 saves for the goaltender there, Michaela Pearce, for the Ice. 2-1 the score with just over 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first. And good physical play by the Ice on the boards, just out muscling the Ducks at the moment.
So Julian will
extra opportunities.
face off against Nelson. Puck on the stick of Grakovic, just takes it to the safety, back in her own way. Now we'll pick up some speed and get past Nusamovic and up to Nelson. Stops up, takes a shot, blocking arm save there by Pearce. It's loose there and not able to capitalize were the Ducks.
Good chances there with Cashin as well, getting a chance to get a shot.
Ryland had a shot blocked there by Godfrey, who shoveled it forward, looking for Julian. Great job by Ryland to break that up, and Cashin now will look to get it deep here for the Ducks. Dutton and Cashin battle in that near side corner. Dutton comes out with it and will rim it up the wall. Looking to clear, is blocked and intercepted by Nelson. Stops up, curls, takes a pass in front, but Cashin wasn't able to get there.
Nelson was looking to get across to Cashin, who was well positioned.
Ooh. Wilson Allen bumps into the Ice defender there. Cashin shovels it deep. Dutton whips it up now to Nusamovic, kept in by Parrington. Still with it, the Ducks captain in all alone by herself against 5, and that allowed her teammates to change.
I mean, why she was isolated there. Cashin had been on for ages. She needed desperately to get a change. Prosic now, winds, shoots.
Save there by Pearce. Puck now with Prosic. She walks out of the corner, sends it back to Johnson. Nice pass to get it over to Tran. Watched here by Godfrey. Tran just sends a soft puck into the slot area and fumbles that one, and here comes Godfrey, the goal scorer on a breakaway. Godfrey shoots, save Davis Tope with the right pad.
Godfrey with a great chance there to finish it off. Davis Tope was exposed, but couldn't quite finish it. Unusual there for Godfrey. Should be ruining that one.
Puck still in the Duck zone, though. It's Amelie Salmon now, blocked there by Morgan. Anderson stops up, gets it back to the point. Shot on, a little bouncer, blocked there by Tran. It's now Anderson with a shot, another toe save there by Davis Tope, and a centering pass there, put wide by EDT.
Really, Davis Tope there had a good opportunity, just couldn't quite get it cleanly. There was a lot of open net.
Puck sent back to the point now. It's Marion, takes a shot, that goes wide. First to it will be the Kiwi international heel. She'll get it back to the Canadian, Salmon through traffic, save Davis Tope, heel centers it. And that goes through the slot, and it'll now be Prosic here for the Ducks. Up to her captain, Parrington, who sends that deep and goes to the bench for a change. Forecheck here by Morgan. And a centering pass here as we enter the last minute of a frenetic first period. Here come the Ice. Nice move here. Nusamovic with a shot in, and that's saved there by Davis Tope.
Stringer there almost inadvertently own-goaling it. It deflected off her stick, but Davis Tope managed to get in the front of it.
Cameron with it now on her stick. Shovels it up there for Newman. It missed her, though, and that's going to allow Marion to activate, and a shot on, and a save there by Jade Davis Tope to keep this a one-goal game.
Just 30 seconds to go in the first.
Puck on the stick there, and Nelson. It shovels in. It comes to the line, but kept in by Jackwitz. Sends that behind the net. Cameron, watched by Nusamovic. Julian picks up the loose puck. 13 seconds remaining. And here comes Nelson. So last chance saloon. Final 10 seconds. 7 left. Nelson over the line. Takes a shot. And a glove save there by Michaela Pearce.
So an interesting thing now. With just 2.5 seconds to go in the period, if you're a Duck, would you pull your goalie? You know you're not going to get a goal scored against you. And stack the line and see if you can generate a scoring opportunity from this face-off. Certainly you do it in the third. I'd do it in the first.
That's probably why we got Jeremy Moore coaching and not you, right? No, I'm kidding.
Probably is. But I mean, you can see there is no way you're going to get a shot away with 2 seconds to go.
Agreed.
It's just not going to happen. So you may as well, roll the dice in that circumstance and see what happens. So at the end of the first, the Ducks 1 from 11, the Ice 2 from 19. Certainly in the net, Jade Davis Tope has been well tested. A couple of good chances there, one in particular to Shana Godfrey, which she'd be ruining missing when she managed to get past some high challenging Ducks defence. We will be back with you in 8 minutes for resumption of hostilities in this clash between the Melbourne Ice and the Melbourne Ducks here at IceHQ. We'll be back with you for period 2.
It's a gift. And it's a thief. It heals. It teaches. And it can be on your side. It can even fly. We can try to get ahead of it, but it marches on. Time. It can be measured in eras and accomplishments and historical milestones. CCM measures time by its impact. We are the past. We are the future. CCM, we are hockey.
To truly focus in this game, you have to block everything else out and embrace the familiar. At CCM, the Ripcord Trigger 9 Pro is designed for a quick release because this game can change in an instant. CCM, feel more.
With the JetSpeed FT8 Pro skates, speed comes from the right balance of technology, comfort, and determination, and a personal drive to continually outdo yourself. We are untouchable. Our eFlex 7 goalie equipment is designed so you can be quick and reactive, because all it takes is a split second for their highlight to become yours.
Saved by Demko.
We are stealing the show.
The CCM FTW skate is made for athletes. It is specially built for women, by women, so while it's designed for all women's feet, it's also tailor-made for you. CCM, we are hockey.
Leaders may be born, but breaking records comes from the quickest release. The Ripcord Trigger 10 Pro provides effortless loading for a stealthy shot, perfect if you want to outdo yourself this year. We are goal scorers.
Did you know there are 218,952 female hockey players in the world? They all have their own strengths, their own ambitions, their own styles, and they all need their equipment to fit their way. No two are exactly alike. That's why CCM designs and develops equipment for each one of them. Because they all have their own feel for the game. CCM, feel more.
In minor midget, I switched to CCM, and ever since then, it was the best decision I made.
Innovation takes more than a light touch. It takes hard work. With CCM's revolutionary technology, the Vision Stick is designed for easier loading and a lightning-quick release, so your game shines. CCM, we are hockey.
Power isn't a force from above. Power is made. CCM designs for power. That's why the Tax XF Pro Stick is such a powerful and accurate.
Welcome back to IceHQ for the second period of the match between the Derby round between the Melbourne Ice women and the Melbourne Ducks. The Ducks wearing blue as a fundraising jersey for the motor neuron disease fundraiser that was run here and is running here this afternoon, evening at IceHQ. You can get those jerseys. You can they're available for auction. Post-game worn ones. You probably want to wash it, but all the same, they are available. At the end of the first period, it's topsy-turvy on a lot of opportunities to both teams thus far. The Ducks with 1 from 11, a goal scored on the power play by Kelly Nelson. And for the Ice, Shana Godfrey with a delayed penalty opportunity. She tucked one away, and then also one to Anderson. So 2 from 19 for the Ice and 1 from 11 for the Ducks. So that's 30 shots in the first period. Gossie was pretty frenetic.
Yeah, back and forth, both teams with opportunities. The Ducks came to play today. They want to really try to get a result against the defending champions, but this could be a very different game if it weren't for a couple big saves on Godfrey by Davis Tope, and she's doing it all. 17 saves and an assist in the first period. She's got to keep that up if the Ducks have any chance of getting any points in this game.
One of the things the Ducks have been a little bit infamous for, and it certainly happened to them last week in Adelaide. Halfway through the game last week in Adelaide, the Ducks were down 1-0 and they ended up losing 11-0. So they have a tendency of falling apart in the third. They're going to have to make sure that they can maintain the intensity and also protect their goaltender. Goalies get tired, and we underestimate how much, but every one of those saves takes a little bit more out of you and a little bit more sting out of you. So Davis Tope will need to manage that, and the Ducks are going to need to make sure that they don't let so many scoring opportunities get through. Their defence is still tending to try and make high challenges, and they're getting beaten in those circumstances and creating those good scoring opportunities. And you let Godfrey get them, she's going to score on you more times than not. And she's been denied a couple of times again by Davis Tope, who's been good but also a little bit lucky at times. And if they keep giving away those chances, players like Godfrey are just going to swoop on them. So they've got to shut that down, the Ducks, and make sure they don't keep letting those breakaways come through by their defence making those high challenges. Their forwards there do have the advantage. You can chip the puck off the boards, you can put it between the legs, whatever. There's all these options, and you just end there standing there looking silly as a D if you try and hold the blue line in defence. It's just not a good choice. But we'll see if they can sort that out, and if they can and they can keep their composure and keep their shifts short. Their shift discipline was good through the first. They were changing on the rush, which was good. Both teams too, interestingly enough, technique-wise, they're all changing through the gates instead of jumping over the boards. And as a result, you get a traffic jam, and you also get a significant risk of being caught for having too many players on the ice. So both teams need to be careful of that. These referees will be looking out for it. We're about to get underway in the period as the teams is having a little bit more of a chat. Be underway very, very shortly. We'll see, Gossie, how this one pans out.
Yeah, a couple of keys to the game so far for the Melbourne Ice. The import duo of Amélie Salmon and Carmen Anderson have looked great for the team in white. And likewise, you know, the effervescent Grikovic and Nelson as well there for the Ducks. But the Ducks really doing it with all lines, as you said. They're rolling the lines. They're playing good team hockey, and they're in this fight here in the Melbourne Derby, the first here at IceHQ. Puck won there by the Ducks. It's stolen by the captain, Cochran, for the Ice, though, and she sends that wide. Dash will get there first for the Ice. Back to Cochran. Grikovic watches her and will come out with the puck.
Kovic just with an uncharacteristic mishandling twice now. She's given the puck away in the first 30 seconds. She'll need to sort that out.
Cochran down to Dash. Dash centering it through the slot. It will be picked up by Hope Newman, who just shoveled it forward to Nelson. Not out as it's kept in by Saint-Amand. Cochran Shovels that deep, and the Ice go for a change. It'll be picked up by the leading goal scorer with 6 goals for the Ducks. She gets it up to Nelson. First in, St. Amand back though. Nelson shields the puck and comes out of the corner. Tried to get it back to the point. It's picked up though by Green. The Ducks with it now. Green cycles it deep. Morgan will pick it up in the near side corner, keeps it away from Dutton, centers it to Grakovic, who winds, takes a shot, and shoots that one wide.
Well, we're just putting that one over the left-hand shoulder there of the goaltender, but it went high and wide.
Parrington in front, down is Piers, and she covers up as Morgan was looking to pounce on the rebound there after a great power move by Parrington, as you'll see on the CCM All-Out replay.
Good chances there to try and shove the puck underneath the goaltender, but Pierce was keeping that one well shut. Weren't going to get through there on that occasion. But some good early pressure there for the Ducks.
So face off here, Parrington and Julian. It's won by the Ducks captain. It'll be come out and just out past the line, so the Ducks will be forced to regroup. Cameron couldn't get it deep, and that's going to allow Julian to come through, and just offside was Sharna Godfrey in front of the ice bench.
So there's flexibility there, tested and found wanting. I think she was trying to do the splits to keep one skate on the right side of the blue line, but couldn't quite do it. As a result,
so
face off in the usual spot.
Emily Davis-Tope, who we'll be referring to as her nickname EDT, wins that back to Jackwitz. Jackwitz sent it forward, just shovels it forward with her hand. It's tied up there by Morgan, and Mayer now gets it deep, but only as far as Cameron.
Cameron goes cross ice, gets away with it on this occasion. It's a risky play.
Lecren intercepted. Offside though, she'll be forced back. The Ice, Jackwitz, not sure Morgan can hear it, but the Ice now will get it out through EDT. Over to Anderson. Takes it wide on her off wing, stops up. Looked to cross that over to Mayer, but it was intercepted by the Ducks captain and sent down the length of the ice.
Morgan there very lucky not to have get caught there for the offside.
Pass goes down, hand up for icing, but first two will be the captain, Cochran. Watched there by Hollier. Cochran gets it back to the half wall, cycled back. Cochran was looking to get it to EDT, but it was stolen by Hollier and sent out to the blue line. Kept in there though, but only momentarily, as now Briar Johnson crosses the red line, stops up. That's going to put Hollier offside, but still comes out with the puck, the young Duck.
Just one step too many though. She carried that puck a long way. She's been on the ice too a long time. She'll be looking to get a change.
Hollier over the red line with some space. Shovels that deep. It's going to be stopped by Pierce for Dutton to pick up. Dutton tumbles but was able to get it forward. Ducks keep it in through Hollier. Shoveled deep into the ice zone. Dutton will try the other side now, and she centers that over to Heel. Kept in by Gallagher. Cochran can't get it up to Heel as it was stolen by Nelson. She's in over the blue line. Wines takes a shot. Save, puck's loose, rebound in, and they score! The Ducks tie the game through Nelson as she scores her team-leading 7th goal of the season.
So Nelson comes in from the blue line, gets that first shot away, and does something that you teach all your beginner players that they never take any notice of, which is take a shot and follow your own shot. You might get the rebound. And you can see her on the replay. It bobbles loose, and she just gets on the backhand, gets around the back of Piers, and shovels the puck in. Beautiful example there. Basic hockey. Get a shot on the net, go in, chase the rebound, pick it up, and bury it.
Yeah.
We are 2-2.
Tough one there for Michaela Piers. I think she thought she had it, but the puck was definitely loose, and the Ducks pounced, and we've got a tie game here. How exciting with more than half the game left here at IceHQ. Puck's still in the ice zone. Now it's on the stick of Sharna Godfrey. She mishandled that, and Nelson nearly pounced on it, but it sent down the length of the ice, and icing waved off.
Well, good bounce there. Just went over the stick of Grakovic. Looks like she had it, but it was tricky.
So here she comes. She's got some speed, sends it up to Parrington, who keeps it away from Lecren. Godfrey with the back check, not able to steal it off the Duck captain. Now Grakovic gives a hand, but the Ducks forced out into the neutral zone. A cross-ice pass, finds Wilson Allen. She keeps it, knocks it around Godfrey. Still with it, Wilson Allen. Takes a tumble, and this will be a tripping penalty, and it's going to be going to Lecren, as she'll be sitting for 2 or less. So that's what Jeremy Moore and the coaching staff for the Ducks would have wanted. A good start to the period, and now with a tie game, they go to their third power play of the game, 1 for 2 so far.
They do so far. We also know that the Melbourne Ice, their penalty kill, very, very effective. They've scored a number of short-handed goals. In fact, the last time these two teams played, they got one. The Ducks got a little bit ambitious and pinched in too far, and the Mice got behind them, and they do that a lot.
So Nelson
by
with
no
her...
means a foregone conclusion here, and indeed you can see it happening straight away.
And here comes EDT in on Davis Tope. EDT with a move, she shoots, she scores! EDT with a short-handed goal, and the Ice back out to a 1-goal lead here moments after going down short-handed.
Isn't it terrible to be able to predict the future, Gossie?
Commentator's curse.
You could just see that one coming. The Ducks, they get a little bit overconfident on the power play, and they just fumble the puck. And the Ice will capitalise on that and absolutely make the Ducks pay. We've got back out to 1-goal lead.
It's a great move there by EDT on the CCM all-out replay. Faked the shot, took it to the backhand, and snuck it there short side and able to give the Ice back their lead. So still on the power play, though, here are the Ducks. It's with Prosic. Gets it back to Grkovic. Goes across over to the assistant captain, Newman. She shoots that in, blocked by Dutton. Still with it is Newman. It's loose, but Green able to get it over to the goal scorer, Nelson. She's got 2 so far tonight. Grkovic walks the line. Gets it back to Newman. Newman shot on. It's blocked. Swing and a miss by Green. She gets it back to the half wall for Newman. Back to the point for Grkovic. Wines takes a shot blocked there by EDT.
A wild shot there by Grkovic. That wasn't aimed in particular.
So the Ducks play catch there on the near side wall. It comes back to Grkovic, who takes a shot high, and that misses. Green corrals it in the corner, walks out, blocked by Anderson, who smartly just shovels that and will allow her forward, her whole team actually there to change.
Nice getting the wholesale change. The Ducks too, they've been out now on the power play for quite a while. Just 43 seconds to go on it.
Nelson just chips that deep. Dash will get there first for the Ice.
Ducks finish the change. It's a bit overdue, but Grkovic is still out on the ice. She's been out there for the whole time.
So a nice move, still with it, runs into her teammate, and that's gonna give AWIHL a breakaway here. Short-handed, move, shot, save there, Davis Tope. And it's loose, bounces off the skate in the post as that was dangerous. And now Briar Johnson's gonna streak into the neutral zone. A great pass over to her captain, 2-on-2. Parrington with a shot, save, rebound, and a great poke check there by Dash. Still 7 seconds remaining on the power play. Hollier tried to get it back to Grkovic. Dash gets that down the length of the ice, and that will end the power play as the Ducks had chances but let one in shorthanded.
It's unfortunate for them. They do have a bit of a tendency. They're relying a lot on Grkovic.
So Julian, fresh off the bench now, will gain some speed in her own zone. Look to get around the Duck forecheck. She does. On the backhand, curl, shot, blocked there by Cameron. Again, Julian. Back to the point for the captain, Cochran. She winds, shot, save, and it's in! A seeing eye shot from Cochran takes a couple bounces and finds the back of the net. And just like that, the Ice spring out to the largest lead in the game, now 4-2 against the Melbourne Ducks.
Looks like this one might just have tipped off Tara Yates' stick too. We might see this on the replay. Not sure we're going to quite necessarily going to get it, but you can scroll back on your own screen and see it. I think that one actually tipped off Tara Yates' stick. She was trying to push it out of the way, and it's deflected over the top, and as a result, wrong-footed Davis Tope, and in it went. So 4-2 now, the lead from 21 shots to 16.
After a great start for the Ducks, the Melbourne Ice opportunistic, and they have now outscored the local team here by a goal. Yeah, so here we go, Nelson looking for a hat trick, comes in over the line, Julian picks it up, sends it across, takes a tumble, no penalty though. Godfrey will be first to it, so no icing. She'll wind, look, walk, take a shot, saved by Davis Tope. Bouncing puck in the slot area, it's shoveled behind the net. With it is Julian looking for the wraparound, and a good save there by Davis Tope.
Yates was pretty lucky not to get done for a trip just a little bit earlier.
Puck shoveled forward and no one there, so Yates will just have to chase in herself. Icing waved off as Emily Salmon picks it up here for the Ice. Canadian watch by Nelson, who now will come out with the puck, centers it, blocked there by EDT, who gets it up but not past Yates. She'll just send a speculative shot in, blocked by EDT, and here she goes as she turns on the afterburners. In, EDT, already a goal to her name, takes a shot, and a kick save there by Davis Tope.
Not sure Davis Tope necessarily saw that one coming, but she got something in the way of it.
Good poke check by Parrington. It's going to work. She's 1-on-2 now. Evades the poke check of Lecran. Has it here. Watched by Dutton. Centering pass looking for Morgan. Misses her. And as she missed the pass back to Prosick, it'll be Forrest Neve Gallagher to keep it in at the point.
Morgan was beautifully positioned there for that cross.
Centering pass intercepted by Mayer. Here comes Anderson. She's got one of the 4 goals tonight for the Ice. Watched in the corner by Stringer. Rims it around to the far side. Kept to the point and now cleared. The chase is on as it's Morgan in on Jackwitz. She's not able to get it out as Parrington picks it up on the blue line and a little knuckler goes wide. Prosick sends it behind the net. Heel, the Kiwi international, will pick it up, gets it past Newman, but down to the point. Stringer will take a shot off the back of the leg there of Anderson. Prosick in the corner. The Ducks with some pressure. Get it back to the point. Stringer tries again right in on the glove of Michaela Piers as she covers up for a face-off.
Stringer there wisely, just shooting that puck in low and hard, trying to generate rebound opportunities. Wasn't going to get that one past Pierce. He didn't have quite enough on it to force a decent rebound, but it's the right option down, those shots down low. They create rebound opportunities, and if you've got a forward waiting to pounce, and the Ducks have had them on a few occasions, every now and then you turn them into a goal. So good work there by Stringer on the blue line.
So Nelson with 2 goals here in the game will face off against Heel. She wins it cleanly back to Grakovic, who takes a shot right into Pierce, who leaves no rebound as Green was looking to pounce.
The shot count starting to click up in terms of the Ducks. They're up to 19 now on the net. As the scorer sees it anyway, it might be 18, but regardless.
We'll have another face-off here to the left of the Ducks. Another win here for Nelson. A shot on, blocked, that went wide. Salmon will pick it up behind the net. She's being watched by Green. Gemsis keeps it in, and it's stopped up by Ryland. Salmon now will go cross ice for Dash. Good poke check by Nelson. Picked up again by Salmon. Blocked. Nelson still making it hard for the Ice to clear. Dash now will chip it up to the far side. Ice can't get it out again as Newman puts it back deep. Marion looks to regroup. It's stolen by Mendham or Green. Behind the net, still with it. Nelson calling for it. She'll wind, take a shot. Save by Piers. And the Ducks still keep the forecheck going. Newman ties up Salmon. Heel comes in to support her defender. Salmon goes down. Puck's somewhere under the bodies. Still not called dead by the officials. Comes out here. Ripped across. Green behind the net. Stops. Keeps it away from Marion on her backhand. Looks to get it back for Newman. Shoots that in and looking for Hollier, but wasn't able to get a stick on it.
Hollier's been doing a great job of occupying position. The puck goes past Ryland, couldn't keep it in and stumped deep. Luckily for the Ducks, the Ice are changing.
Grakovic gets speed from behind the net. She's got some space to her left, and she's going to take it. Here she is over the blue line. Winds. Johnson going to the net. Centering, and it bounces off Johnson and over the bar, and Julian will pick it up for the Ice and look to clear.
Johnson showing some more of that ferocity that she's famous for.
Godfrey for the Ice over the blue line. Stopped by Cameron. It's loose momentarily and picked up by Rama, who gets it over to the Kiwi Hollier. She'll cross the red line and send it deep, and she'll go for a change, and Parrington hops over the ice here for the Ducks. Lecren shovels it, can't get it past the captain. Parrington, Julian now will be watched by Johnson deep. Centered, Parrington shoots, save, rebound, another save, and that goes wide as Piers robs Rama as she was trying to put it into the net. And here comes Julian now, one-on-one. Julian winds, shoots, and a flash of the leather by Davis Tope as she keeps this a 2-goal game.
A good little progression play there by both teams, but in particular the Ducks starting to get a bit more pressure on the net. They're not being rewarded on the scoreboard, but the shot count now 23 to 21 in favour of the Ice. It's pretty even at the moment in terms of those parts of the game. The Ducks had some good opportunities, just couldn't quite finish it off. Piers doing a good job of just shutting the door. So too at the other end, Davis Tope with that last little end of the line save.
So Parrington won that face-off, but a good winger win here by Mayer, who picked that up in the corner, got it back to Jackwitz. She'll wind and just look to shovel that in, and it was stopped by Parrington, and now Prosick will skate it into the neutral zone. Shovels it off the wall, looking for Morgan. Salmon picks it up, curls away from the forecheck, and the puck's tied up on the wall. Prosick has it, watched by the ice defender, tied up, support coming in through the captain, Parrington. Sends it back to Prosick. It misses her, but that'll allow Morgan to get some space. Centers it for Parrington. It's in her skates. EDT steals that and will now look to clear the zone. Kept in by Prosick, though, and Jackwitz now will be able to find Mayer.
Prosick with a lovely time on that little pick-off. Springer just going cross ice. This time they don't get away with it. The ice, the Ducks. They manage to clear it out of the zone, though. Fortunately for them, Parrington well positioned to dump it in and clean up the mess.
Green with it now behind the net. Fresh Ducks on the ice. She walks out of the corner, drops it for Gallagher, being watched by Anderson, and Anderson wins it. Nice move, springs dash. But Kukovic able to pick up the puck. Puck sent to Nelson, sitting on 2 goals. It's a 2-on-1. Nelson winds, shoots, save Piers as she stares down the Ducks goal scorer and shuts the door.
Nelson had a great opportunity there, almost a mirror image of the previous goal she scored. This time, though, no rebound coming up from Piers, who made that one a nice, safe catch in the end.
This line has looked dangerous, and especially Britt Green. She's been great behind the net, and obviously Nelson, 2 goals so far. What can you say? It's on the point now for Kukovic. Sends it wide. Newman will battle there with Lecren. It's in the corner. Lecren shovels it up for Dash. Pinned in by Nelson. Comes back to Lecren. She'll try the other way, but fans on it. Who else? Britt Mendham behind the net. Gets it over to Newman. Dash, though, will pick up that puck as Newman nonchalantly skated past. It's with Kukovic out of the corner. Center kick save. It's loose in the slot. Battling Nelson, shot, and that one goes wide.
Still a bit of an unfortunate timing
Green.
there, a trip in the slot.
Looking to center it, gives it to Newman. She'll play catch. She looks to center it again. The puck's loose. Picked up by Cochran. Stolen, though, by Newman. And here's Nelson now with it. So good pressure here for the Ducks as they look to have the deficit. Nelson, nice move. Toe drag, winds through, shot, and that goes over the bar.
And the millimeters in that one. Some great play there by Nelson to make the space out of nothing.
Ryland keeps it in the ice on a long shift here. Have it tied up. It's the captain, Cochran, in front of the Ducks bench, still with it. Puck squirts out. Hollier not able to poke that, and they will get it to the neutral zone, but not enough to get a full change, as only one of the ice forward able to get to the bench.
Dutton's been out on the ice for a very long time. Should be looking to desperately get a change. It's the hard period, the second one. Change is a long way away.
And here it is. So the Ducks have a chance, but it's pinned up. Still with it, though. Johnson in. Now on Dutton, as you mentioned, out for a long shift. She'll drop it for Hollier. Walks into the slot. Good stick there by Julian. Forces that into the corner. She now rims it up on the wall. It's going to be kept in by Johnson, who finds Rama. Nice move around Godfrey. Rama shoots and blocked there by Dutton. At the point, still in by the Ducks. It's Cameron with it. Winds. Runs into Julian. Still with it here, the Ducks. And finally, the ice get it out, but only for a second. Cameron chips it. Julian again looks to get it out. And finally, Godfrey. No, not able to get it deep. So Dutton's still trapped outside, and now finally gets to the bench. And the ice able to make a change after some ferocious forecheck there by the Ducks.
McCren may have done herself a little bit of an injury in the process of changing. It looked like she went headfirst into the gate. Hoping, of course, that she's all right. Great sustained pressure there. The ice stuck defending for a very, very long time. Dutton in particular was stuck out there for a good 2.5, 3 minutes. Could not get a change. In the second period, of course, it's much harder because your bench is an extra 15, 20 metres away, and under defensive pressure, it's very difficult to get that change.
So here's Jackwitz looking to center that. It went off the stick of Parrington. Salmon will be watched here by Morgan. Puck's on the wall. There's a bit of a pile-up. EDT will come back. She scored that great shorthanded goal earlier in the period. Got it over to Mayer, centered for EDT. Parrington intercepted that one, and now we'll look to exit. Stick handles it into the neutral zone. Poke check there by Anderson, still on the stick. The Ducks captain gets it deep, and they'll now be forced to chase. Mayer, use her body to shield the puck. Jackwitz just shovels it back into the corner. Anderson and Saint-Amand battle now against Parrington and Prosick. The puck still right there on the far side, and it comes out now to the open wing where Mayer will pick it up. She leaves it for Jackwitz. It Comes right back to Mayer. Pinned by Parrington. Not able to get past Stringer, though. So the Ducks still in the offensive zone. Jackwitz centered. Prosick intercepts it in the slot. Takes a shot. Blocking arm save there by Pierce. The Ice trying to skate it out. Anderson able to poke it up to Mayer, and now they will get it through EDT. Anderson battling with Morgan. Morgan wins that one and shovels it forward to Nelson. Pinned here in front of the Ducks bench. It comes back to the point. Gallagher goes cross ice looking for Green. Green into Nelson, pokes it past Sayamon, and Jackwitz forced to take it to the safety behind her own net. Chips it over to Dash. Hot potato there, forces her just to regroup, and now Green will look to pick it up behind the net. So good pressure we've seen this period by the Ducks. They trail on the score sheet, but not so much in the pressure.
And Nelson there with a good opportunity to get another shot on the net. She's it's very similar to Shana Godfrey in that regard, coming in at 45 degrees to the goalie through the Ovi Ovechkin Memorial shooting position, just through that face-off dot. This time, though, once more, Piers was able to get enough body in the way to shut it down. But Nelson always looks dangerous, especially with Grikovic circling around behind her.
And here she is with a shot, and that one just goes wide. Ryland misses that, and that's going to allow Sarah Dash to dash into the offensive zone. Godfrey goes to the net. A centering pass misses, though, and the Ducks now will get it up to the point. It's kept in and shoveled deep. Ryland will battle in on Dash, who chips it forward for Godfrey. She's being watched by Grikovic, and Grikovic will win that battle, but can't get it past Cochran on the point. Heel gloves that down, kicks it back to Cochran, looked to send it down to Dash, but it was stolen by Nelson, who will now spring Green. Dutton, first for the Ice. She'll get there first and get it over to her captain. Cochran will now rim it around the other way, looking for Godfrey. Good pinch there by Ryland, keeps it in the offensive zone, and Green keeps the cycle going as she shovels it to the far side.
Ryland did a great job there, reading that reversal of the play that the Ice were about to fire away. She read it beautifully. Cochran
up to Julian. Two Ducks players collide. Puck comes out for EDT, and it's a 2-on-2. So EDT in on Ryland, takes it wide. Godfrey goes to the net, and EDT shoots that high into the netting, and we'll have a face-off to the right blocking arm of Emily Davis-Tote.
Ducks just a little bit lucky to get away with that. They ended up puck watching a little bit too much and let Godfrey just skate down unmarked into the slot. A little bit lucky the pass didn't come across, because Godfrey would have buried that one given the chance. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky. Sometimes you get a lot.
So Julian up against Hollier, who's looked good in the center ice position here tonight. It's tied up by Hollier, comes to the wall. Coming with it now is Julian. She has the half-wall player in Lecren looking to go to Saint-Amand, but just misses that one, and that'll force the Ice back to regroup into their own zone. A pass up to EDT over the red line. Poked away by Yates, but the loose puck picked up by Julian. Goes across for Anderson. Centers again, puck loose in the slot. It's still there, no one knows where it is, but a blue jersey finally finds it, and the Ducks now get it out to the wall.
That was Rama there, who just had the puck under her feet, wasn't aware where it was.
Anderson centers, intercepted there by Rama. She's got space, and now will skate it out herself. Chips it off the wall to Hollier, watched by Saint-Amand. Anderson comes back and picks up the loose puck, and now with speed finds Dash.
Dash to the side of that one as well, though. Not just under 90 seconds to play.
Oh, what a pass by Heel. Dash with a spin and just shoots that one wide. So the puck here with just 80 seconds remaining here in the second period, a 4-2 game. The Ducks hoping to have the deficit before the next break.
Nice there. We're just caught briefly offside, thus explaining the lack of pinch.
Dutton watched by Parrington. Parrington does a great job just to tie up her opponent. In with support now is Willison Allen, but Dutton came out with the puck. She's pinned up again by Parrington. Now centered by Johnson, looking for cash, and it bounced, kept in by Cameron. Two players battling here. It's Dash and Cameron, and the puck does come out into the neutral zone, and now picked up by Julian, who's knocked by Parrington, and Godfrey now will go battle in with Yates in the near side corner. Yates over to Parrington, who chips it up on the wall, kept in by Cochran. Cochran with a shot deflected. It's in the slot. Down is Davis-Tote, but not able to get a stick on it were the Ice offensive players.
Good ferocity earlier on that defense there by by Paige Cameron. She's famous for being fierce, and she had to use it earlier in a good physical battle.
20 seconds remaining. It's with Dutton. She takes a shot. A pad save there. Davis Hope down, and the puck's loose, and they score. On the rebound, it looks like it's Sharna Godfrey with her second of the game, as the Ducks now go down by 3.
We might see this one on the top down as well if we're lucky on the replay. Just a couple of screening players in the loose puck, and if you're in there with your stick on the ice every now and then, you just get a little bit of magic, and that was Davis Tope, I think.
Yeah,
there.
my mistake. A second goal of the game, but not to Godfrey. It went to Emily Davis Tope as she adds to her shorthanded tally and scores her 13th goal of the season.
And with just 15.7 seconds to go in the second, Ice out to a 3-goal lead.
So one of these periods where the Ducks have had plenty of pressure and plenty of offense, but have leaked some goals and trail now 3.
The clock's going to beat Anderson to that opportunity. And at the end of the second, a good one for both teams on the scoreboard, a good one for the Ice, scoring 3 in that period. But for the Ducks, a lot of pressure they managed to pour on. It's a good sign for them, as that part of their game has certainly improved. Just a couple of defensive lapses, and you have to say a little bit of bad luck on that last one. There was plenty of blue jerseys back there to cover it up, but EDT just had her stick in the right place. They got a lucky rebound that popped onto the stick, and she was there in the right place. And you do make your own luck in that circumstance, and she converted that into the extra goal for the lead. So at the end of the second, the Melbourne Ice out to a 3-goal lead, 5-2-2, 27 shots to 25 as it stands. We'll be back with you in 8 minutes for resumption of hostilities, third period coming up very soon.
It's a gift. And it's a thief. It heals. It teaches. And it can be on your side. It can even fly. We can try to get ahead of it. But it marches on. Time. It can be measured in eras and accomplishments and historical milestones. CCM measures time by its impact. We are the past. We are the future. CCM, we are hockey.
To truly focus in this game, you have to block everything else out and embrace the familiar. At CCM, the Ribcore Trigger 9 Pro is designed for a quick release because this game can change in an instant. CCM, feel more.
With the JetSpeed FT8 Pro skates, speed comes from the right balance of technology, comfort, and determination, and a personal drive to continually outdo yourself. We are untouchable. Our eFlex 7 goalie equipment is designed so you can be quick and reactive, because all it takes is a split second for their highlight to become yours.
Saved by Demko.
We are stealing the show.
The CCM FTW skate is made for athletes. It is specially built for women, by women, so while it's designed for all women's feet, it's also tailor-made for you. CCM, we are hockey.
Leaders may be born, but breaking records comes from the quickest release. The Ribcore Trigger 10 Pro provides effortless loading for a stealthy shot, perfect if you want to outdo yourself this year. We are goal scorers.
Did you know there are 218,952 female hockey players in the world? They all have their own strengths, their own ambitions, their own styles, and they all need their equipment to fit their way. No two are exactly alike. That's why CCM designs and develops equipment for each one of them. Because they all have their own feel for the game. CCM, feel more.
Welcome back to the IceHQ ice rink here at IceHQ here in Sawar, Melbourne, Australia, for the third period of this battle between the Melbourne Ducks home team in the blue this afternoon, fundraising jerseys for the Motor Neuron Foundation, and also the Melbourne Ice wearing the white. The score at the moment, 5 goals to the Ice, 2 to the Ducks. It was a good period for the Ice on the scoreboard. The Ducks applied a lot of pressure, managed to get a fair bit of forechecking pressure onto the Ice, but couldn't capitalise on it very much. And the Melbourne Ice, on the other hand, Davis Tope with the beauty where she was left unmarked in the slot for way too long. She got her second. Cochrane, Godfrey and Anderson with one apiece. For the Ducks at the moment, it is currently 2 goals to Kelly Nelson, although there's some discussion that maybe one of them may end up being attributed to Bri Johnson. We'll see what happens with that one towards the end of the game. It may be that a closer look on replay will suggest that maybe it was Johnson who finished it off. But we're not 100% sure about that one. But regardless, the score that really matters, 5-2. 27 shots to the Ice, 25 for the Ducks. And this third period will be a test of the Ducks' composure. Last couple of games, they've folded badly in the third after early on looking quite competitive. And they've been competitive on the ice throughout this game. Just a couple of minor lapses have given away those goals. And likewise, on occasion, the Ice have been a little bit fortunate to get away with a few as well. As is always the case, this is a game of mistakes, and the Ducks will need to cut them out as best they can in the third and make sure they don't run long shifts. If they do, it certainly cost them in the past as the fatigue builds up. There's 2 games in 2 days. It'll be worse tomorrow. So they'll need to maintain their change discipline. They were good in the first, Gossie. We'll see how they go. They got a little bit long in the second at times. If they can keep the shift short in the third and keep the heat up, they're in with a bit of a chance. The Ice too has been a bit treacherous. There's been a number of players early on throughout the periods after the cut. It is a very warm day outside, and there's a lot of people in here at the ring too, keeping a lot of heat floating around. So it's just taking a little bit longer for the Ice to settle, and as a result, we've seen some players falling over and a little bit of puck handling errors early on until the Ice has fully settled down. Gossie, what are you expecting out of the third?
Well, look, the Ducks got to take some solace in the fact that they played better than the Ice, in my opinion, that period. They were unfortunate not to get a few more goals on the score sheet. They just got to come out and start the way they started the second.
They
came out, they got the goal, and then the Ice came and got 2 quick ones back. But they kept the pressure. There were plenty prolonged offensive zone entries that they had. And if they're going to get back in this game, they're going to have to get one early and then build from there.
They're also going to need to fix that power play. They give away too many shorties.
So here we go. It's Ryland who shovels it over. It's Dutton who keeps it in there for the Ice. It's still in the neutral zone in front of the Ducks bench. Cochrane just forced to wade up, and that allowed Green to steal the puck and take that into the offensive zone. She skates in. It sits the skate. She's still staying with it, and a stick save there by Pierce pushes it into the corner, which will allow the Ice to clear it, but only as far as the line.
It's nice work there of Sanana just shutting down that attack. Did a good piece of body work on Green.
Green pushes it right in front, and down with the oven mitt is Michaela Pierce as she covers up and makes her 24th save of the game.
She's been busy, Pierce, this game. But, both teams, nice disciplined short shift to start off with. It's a 31-second shift. That's pretty good. They can maintain that discipline. The intensity will stay up all throughout the entire game. I harp on about it a lot, but it's such a big deal for these teams. When you get tired, your clock lies and your long shift.
So a face-off here to the left of Piers. It's Parrington who wins that. Prosick takes a shot right into the chest of Julian, who got it over to Nusimovic, and it's Godfrey watching Gallagher. It squirts out loose in the neutral zone. Jackwitz shovels that deep, and first to will be Stringer. Julian pinned up by Parrington. Stringer just shovels it up on the wall. Down goes Prosick. Winning the puck battle here is Julian, who looked to center that one, but tied up by Stringer.
Nice looking to get the puck up to Jackwitz, who's totally unmarked up on the point.
Julian has 3 assists so far tonight. You can see why, but it comes out now through Morgan in with Parrington. That did go look offside, but no call there by the linesman. So Morgan in alone as her teammates change, just looks to tie it up and get her teammates some time to support.
Rama got a skate down there nicely in the way as Morgan goes to get a change.
Rama just ties up with Lecran, and it's Hollier now who picks it up, just shovels it into the loose area, looking to start the forecheck, but a little bit delayed, and that's going to allow the Ice to come out through EDT on 2 goals so far. A nice move, and just tied up there by Johnson as she and Cameron now tie up EDT behind the net.
That's a fierce tussle there caught between those two.
Mayer gets it back to Salmon, who gets it over there to Dutton. Gets it down, a pass in front there by Anderson, missed Mayer. But the Ice still with it now on the point. Salmon shoots that wide. Anderson will pick up the loose puck on the wall, cycle it back down to EDT, who just missed it. She's tied up there by Hollier. Anderson comes in for support. It's still loose. Yates helps out. Anderson battles. pins it, gets it to EDT, looked to center that one, but it was stolen by Yates. Now he'll just wait up behind the cage. Yates up to Johnson. Rama open, finds her, just chips it past Salmon, but she's able to get there and whip it off the wall. It's kept in though by the Ducks. Hollier had it stolen by Salmon, and now the Ice will look to clear. An errant pass, misses everyone, but touched apparently and waved off. So the puck's behind the net. It's the captain Cochran on the backhand, pushed aside there by Hollier. Dash in the corner, tied up. Yates comes in for the Ducks to support, comes out with the loose puck and shovels it up for Rama. She gets it out into the neutral zone, but Salmon is back for the Ice, and a decision there to just let that go deep by Dutton allows Cameron to pick up the puck behind her own net. She cycles it back for Grakovic, looking to center it off the stick of Heel. Fresh off the bench is Lecren. Backhands that to an open wing. Cochran tied up by Grakovic. Nelson with 2 goals tonight picks that up and looks to give it back to Grakovic. So as we near the 4-minute mark of the third period, the score is still 5-2 here in favor of the Ice in the second installment of the Melbourne Derby.
Grakovic there with a cross-ice pass that was very nearly picked off by the circling around Godfrey. You could just see her waiting high slot just on top of that blue line. She knows what Grakovic is likely to do, so Godfrey's just going to sit there and watch for those cross-ice passes through D and pick them off every now and then, turn them into goal-scoring opportunities. The Ducks have just got to stop doing that because Godfrey's going to make them pay.
So a face-off here to the left of Michaela Piers. It will be Parrington up against Julian. It's won again by Parrington. She's been great in the draw, and a shot there by Grakovic nearly deflected by the Ducks captain. It's Lecren chipping it up, kept in on the point by Ryland. It's corralled by Julian and knocked off the wall up to Godfrey. Grakovic behind the net, chips it forward. Godfrey with it now. Centers it to Julian, who takes a shot and scores! And just like that, Julian adds a goal to her apples as she scores her 9th of the season after a great pass by Sharna Godfrey.
And a beautiful setup there by the Ice. You can just see the Ducks just caught down deep, just giving away that high slot position and absolutely making no mistake there at all. Julian, who just floated in. There was no one anywhere near her. She had all the time in the world to make that shot. Very little that Davis Tope could do to stop that one.
You could see that on the CCM All-Out replay. Another great play, too, by number 77, Claudia Nusamovic, just to stop the Melbourne Ducks defender from being able to get to that pass. And Julian, as she often does, made no mistake as she scores her 4th point of the game.
So the Ice really starting to get their game going now with that player loose high slot. We know how dangerous that is. It's the number 1 place goals get scored from. You can't leave it empty.
Salmon takes a shot. It deflects off Gallagher's skate. Hollier will pick it up for the Ducks now and forced to go the other way. Watched by EDT. Hollier will skate it out, goes cross ice. Skating onto it now is Johnson. She swings and misses. Anderson picks it up now for the Ice. Puck looked to clear, but it's stopped up at the point. Now does get out, and it's Salmon just forced back by Rama. Anderson skates into some space. Nice move, brings it to the forehand. Blows past Stringer. Takes it behind the net, heads on a swivel. Looking for the pass, gives it down to Heel. Heel over to the far side to Stringer. Back to Salmon. Winds, takes a shot, looking for a deflection. It hits the skate of Hollier, and she shovels that to the half wall.
Rama with a good job on the screen on Salmon, doing a good job of just shutting down the line.
She skirls now, though, Salmon with a shot, a little bouncer, and down with the glove is Jade Davis Tope for her 23rd save of the game.
So we'll get that little reset. The score blown out now. 4 goals the lead to the Ice from 29 to 26 shots. And the Ducks just starting to get caught behind the net a little bit too much in defence and leaving that high slot. And the Melbourne Ice, well, Godfrey and Julian, they're going to make you pay for that every time if they can.
Face-off won by the Ducks. Nelson, they've been much better than the Ice in the dot, but it hasn't amounted to much on the score sheet. It's behind the net for the captain here, Cochran for the Ice. She evades the check, just cycles it down for Heel. Grakovic ties her up and comes out with the puck. It's passed up to Nelson, 2 goals again tonight. Skates over the blue line, takes it wide. Power move in, backhand shot, and that just goes past the pad of Michaela Pearce.
Unlucky there for Nelson. That post certainly did open up. It was a nice move. She committed the goalie to move. Just fanned slightly on the shot, 90 millimetres in it.
Kept in at the point. Grakovic with a big shot, blocked there by Heel as she and Cochran go for a change. Nelson uses her frame just to evade the check there by the ice, and she tried to go short side but shot that high and wide. She'll pick it up in the near side wall now on the backhand, looking to take it behind the net and gets it over to Green. Green tied up there by Jamisis, and now Green will center it back to Nelson, who just chips it over there for Ryland. Good offensive zone pressure here for the Ducks, but a errant pass ends up allowing the ice to clear, but only as far as Nelson, who now will spring Grakovic, who takes a shot high, and that's saved there by Pierce.
Grakovic there was looking to get a change. She's been out for a long time. It was a good choice for her to fire that shot on the net.
Yeah, centering pass, just shoveled behind the net. Julian now will get it up there for Godfrey. Pinch there by Cameron, will send it back down into the ice zone, and the ice will be forced now to find another route out. Not able to get it past the defense though, and here comes the forecheck for the Ducks. Morgan over to Prosik, centered now, but no one in the slot, so that's gonna allow Godfrey to skate the puck out. She's all alone. Nice move to get past Parrington. Waits, another toe drag, another move, and a great play there by Cameron to knock it off the ice goal scorer's stick. Julian with a shot, and that goes wide. So Godfrey now on the back end sends it to Julian. Again shoots, and that's high and hits the netting, and we'll have a face-off here in the Duck zone.
Opportunity now if the Ducks can turn this one into a quick attack. They've got to get another goal quickly to get themselves back into this game with a 4-goal margin with just on 12.5 minutes to play. It's not unwinnable for them, but they've got a tower of work to do, and they're going to need to get one quickly to get themselves a bit of momentum and get this crowd going. We've got a pretty full house here at IceHQ.
So face-off won again by Nelson. She corrals it behind the net as Grakovic. Watched there by Anderson, able to chip it up there for Willis and Allen. Grakovic now will elect to skate it the other way, but being watched ferociously there by Anderson. Nice skating by Grakovic, gives her some time, who sends it over to the space there for Ryland, up to Willis and Allen, over to Nelson, back to Willis and Allen, and Nelson again. So here come the Ducks, nice move. Knocked off the stick by Mayer, and here comes Anderson. So a 2-on-2, Anderson and EDT. Great defensive play there by Grakovic. It's loose and corralled here by Cashin, who all she can do is send that down the length of the ice, and this will be enough for icing. No, waved off.
Ducks get
so
fresh
Hollier,
legs.
fresh off the bench, takes it into the corner, has it on the backhand, looked to center that, but had it knocked off her stick by Jackwitz. Cochran with it for the ice, skates away from Rama, sends it over to St. Amand in the far side corner. A cross ice pass finds Cochran, who will now exit the zone, and a stretch pass looking for Dash, jumps over the stick, but she's first one to get to it. The ice with some offensive zone pressure here, cycles it behind the net. Cochran keeps it away from Cameron. Lecren calling for it on the point. Cochran goes behind the net. Heel back to Cochran, who now gives it back to Lecren, and that just misses and will allow the Ducks to exit the zone.
An unlucky bounce there for Lecren. She was well positioned and calling for the puck, and then they take it all the way down the other end, and it will be gobbled up there by Michaela Pearce.
And with that puck coming from the opposite side of the red line with Michaela Pearce covering it up, it's the same as icing. No change allowed for the ice.
They would have liked to have got one in there in that instance. Ducks now with a chance to reload. They've got to get one away quickly. They keep the same line on.
Face off, tied up. It comes on the wall. Rama gets it back to the point. A shot by Cameron, bounces wide. First to it will be Johnson, though, uses the body just to keep it away from the ice. Rama has it in the slot. It squirts and picked up by Lecren, but she fans on it, so the Ducks will keep the pressure on. Hollier shovels it back behind the net. It looks like Marion will get there for the ice, and she gets it up to Cochran. Not able to get it past Yates. It's still loose there. Rama chips it forward, but it does come out for heel now, and Dash will dash through the neutral zone. Has it on the off wing and does the smart thing up by 4, shovels it deep and goes for a change.
Very nice play there by Sarah Dash. She was being chased quickly there by Brian Johnson. Cameron now comes flying down
nice
the middle,
move,
though.
So with speed, but it just got off her stick and now forced to go in and try to use the body. So Cameron without a stick, tied up there, still not able to pick it up, and Julian now will shovel it forward, and the ice are out through Musimovic. Grakovic keeps it away from Godfrey. Nelson up to Green.
Nelson wisely playing the puck up the ice.
Godfrey has it here. Nice stretch pass for Nusimevic. It goes into her skates, and that just allowed the Ducks to get back and with some numbers. Godfrey on the right side, curls away from Ryland, gets it over to Nusimevic, but a good pinch up forward there by Newman to break that up.
The ice there, we just caught on a change. Godfrey was waiting for some numbers and didn't have them.
9 minutes remaining here in the third period. The Melbourne Ice up by 4, which has been a pretty uneventful third period so far. But Julian with a nice move comes in backhand, not able to tuck it past the pad there of Davis Tope. Drakovic now looks to clear it. It finds Green, and she's one-on-one now on Dutton. Green fans on the shot, but will pick up the rebound in the corner.
I think Dutton might have got something on that one as well, just to stop it.
Behind the net now, looking to center was Parrington. It missed Newman, and now Mayer will be able to just pinch it past the blue line and force the Ducks to tag up. It's pinned here right in front of the IceHQ sign. Stringer and Parrington battling in there with EDT and Mayer. Jackwitz comes in and punches it forward. Gallagher, head up, looking to find a teammate off the glass, finds Parrington, but runs into the defenseman Jackwitz.
EDT's dumping there was just caught by Prosik, who managed to get enough in the way, but goes behind the net now. Stringer having to hurry under pressure.
Yeah, Anderson with some good skating there. Davis Tope just forced Morgan to fumble on that one, but she was able to get it out, so the Ice now will regroup in their zone through Lecren. Stretch pass, misses a teammate. Gallagher just chips it over there for Stringer.
Of course, I was lucky to get away with it because Anderson was waiting for that one.
The puck deep though now in the ice zone, and Lecren shovels it over Jackwitz. Morgan will battle there and nearly came out with the puck, but was held up a little bit, and that just allows the Ice to get it back into the neutral zone.
Stringer buys the team some time. Ducks getting fresh legs on the ice. They race back out quickly. They're going to have to hurry. Here come the mice.
So Cameron with it now. Shovels it forward. Hollier skates in. She's got the speedy Saint-Amand out there, and Hollier takes a tumble. Down is Saint-Amand as well, but Rama's in for support, and out with the puck is Heel. Not able to get it past the blue line, but a good stick check there by Cochran does. It's a 2-on-2. The captain, Cochran, with a shot, a glove save, but a rebound picked up by the Ducks International. Hollier and able to clear the zone.
Cameron with a beautiful job there on the back check of just distance management. She's got an opportunity now, Cameron, if she can get a shot away.
Takes it to the backhand, looks to get it around, but a great second effort there by Saint-Amand. Stop that. Cameron does get a shot on, picks up the rebound in the corner, cycles it over to the far side, but no one there for the Ducks. Marion off the wall, hits some legs, and now cleared down the length of the ice, and the skate is on. Look at the speed of Julian in on Nelson. Forced just to rub her out of there in the corner. She comes out in front, but not with the puck, as it's now centered. And that will be a penalty, of course. A hold going to Nelson that definitely stopped a really grade A scoring chance.
You could see Shana Godfrey just standing in the slot, totally unmarked, salivating. This is going to be my goal if they can get the puck to me. She was just standing there waiting for it, but the hold prevented it. Arguably a professional foul. They had to do it there, the Ducks, because Godfrey was going to bury that one if she got a chance to. The Ice calling a timeout on this occasion. They're allowed the one, so they'll have a brief break of a minute, which invariably ends up being about 2 or 3 minutes, but regardless. So with 6 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the third, the power play will be on the Melbourne Ice. They will have the opportunity now to, at the very least, be very conservative and just control the puck. But I'm sure they'd like to get another one up if they can too. Godfrey's probably feeling a little bit robbed. She had a couple of great chances.
Yes.
On a number of occasions. She's just been denied.
First power play for the Ice. Not much danger on there. I imagine the coaching staff there, Drew Caffrey, talking to their team, just saying, look, we're up by 4. Let's figure out how we set this up. Let's get the goal. Let's try to add to it. But if you're the Ice, you're going to hope. I mean, if you're the Ducks, you're going to hope that you can do exactly what EDT did to them earlier, and maybe get a shorthanded goal and change the complexion of the game.
Well, that's what they're going to need to do. The Ducks are going to have to start throwing caution to the wind. Whereas the Ice, with that 4-goal lead, all they need to do in the power play is keep possession. they just do that, if they're smart about it, it takes 2 minutes out of the game and takes us down to just over 4 minutes, and that makes scoring 4 goals very, very difficult. Not impossible.
Yeah,
Maple Leafs fans will know that can be done.
Speaking to the coaching staff before the game, I know the Ice really hoping to get some net front presence here on the power play. So let's see what that timeout does for the Ice. The Ducks have to kill this off if there's any chance to get anything out of this game.
I think
So it's on the point.
Shorty, to be honest.
It's on the point here for Godfrey. She'll go over to Salmon on the point, gets it down to Nelson. EDT, back to Salmon, shot, save, it's under EDT.
You can see the play there they're trying to set up. They're getting Godfrey moving in onto the backdoor post and just floating in there. The puck's coming all the way across onto the cafe side of the rink, and Godfrey just sliding in unnoticed, where she gets herself up onto that post. And if they get the puck across to her, it's going in the twine.
So
if she does
face
it
off
again, she can do it again. You can just see it.
So face off one again by the Ice is Julian, 4 points tonight. Getting it down to Anderson, walks out, cross ice, looking for a tip, but misses everyone. It'll come over to Godfrey. Has plenty of time and space here. Fans on that one, but no pressure will allow her to give it over to Julian. Walks the line over to Salmon, who takes a shot in on the glove of Jade Davis-Tope, who makes another save, her 26th of the game.
So will we start to see some changes here? Or are they going to stick both teams staying with the same line on the power play and the penalty kill after 40 seconds in? The Ducks making one change, and not quite. They've forgotten that they're actually on the kill.
So face off one and chipped out into the neutral zone, much to the pleasure of Nelson. You can hear her tapping her stick. Puck here though on Anderson with the ice into the offensive zone. Watched by Grkovic, takes it behind the net. Anderson back to the point to Saint-Amand, who walks the line, winds, shoots, and ramps up the stick of Newman, but not out. So Godfrey picks it up behind the net, has it on her backhand, will take it to the half wall and give it back to Saint-Amand. Plays catch with Godfrey, back to Saint-Amand, winds, shot to Godfrey looking for the shot, but just missed her, and that's going to allow Green to exit the zone, but has her pocket picked. So Anderson walks in over to EDT, who takes a shot and shoots that wide, and now will force the Ice back into their zone, and the Ducks will get a change to one of their penalty killers in Green.
Ducks still just a little bit casual with that puck handling, allowing the Ice to steal it from them.
Saint-Amand skates in, gets it past Grkovic, will take it in herself, sends it to Julian, who just couldn't get a stick on it, and now forced into the corner against Stringer. Comes back to Godfrey, winds, looks for that back door, and Dash just chipped it over the net.
Went straight through the feet of just everyone. And this time the Ice have got time for a change. Grkovic staying on. She's been out on the penalty kill for the entire 2 minutes. And now she goes for a change.
And with that, Nelson back on the ice, and the Ducks kill their second penalty. And it's now back to 5-on-5 with 4 minutes remaining. Nelson, fresh out of the penalty box, skates in the neutral zone, watched by Heel, and shovels that deep. Dash leaves it to Nusamevich, who's tied up by Johnson. Dash chips it past Nelson, but can't get it past Stringer. The loose puck, corralled by Johnson, over to the wall. Neal and Johnson bump into each other, and the puck squirts out to no one, and Stringer now will look to clear it. Dutton had it knock off her stick. Johnson collides with Morgan. It comes on the stick of Stringer, who shovels that forward. So here we go, the Ducks. It's now or never on the stick of Morgan.
She had Rama loose in the slot, just couldn't get the puck across to her. It's desperately
Good pinch
pinching
by
in there.
Gallagher. It's still deep. So Rama tied up with Cochran. In is Morgan, who knocks Anderson off it. It's still pinned up against the wall, and if there's no more movement, we're going to see a whistle, no doubt. So it's still there. It does pop out to Gallagher, who chips it forward. No one there, though, for the Ducks, and it's going to be picked up by Dutton.
Just on 3 minutes now to go in the game. 4 goals a lead. It's getting harder for the Ducks.
Anderson here for the Melbourne Ice. Takes it to the left wing. Watched by Stringer. Curls away. Johnson there to support her teammate. And Anderson cycles it behind the net. Walking out there is EDT centered. It's still loose. Down is Davis-Tope. They score! Jasmine Mayer scores her second goal of the season, and that should ice it as the Melbourne Ice go up 7-2.
You see here just a little bit of loss of control in the slot there. The Ducks had an opportunity to clear it out, but just muscled out of the puck. And as a result, the Ice just using their strength. Stringer just caught down wrong-footed, couldn't get the puck out. And the Melbourne Ice with their insufficient numbers to tidy it up. So as you say, Gossie, 7 goals to 2 now. You lead just the one in this period. It's been not a bad period for the Ducks. They've been able to get a fair bit of pressure on, but not able to capitalise on it. The referee's just having
Now we have
a little bit
a
of a discussion.
goalie change as well for the Melbourne Ice, giving some game time there to Rebecca Jennings, now up by 5 with under 3 minutes remaining. So face-off won by the Ice. It's on the stick of Salmon with a move, but stopped up by Newman. Jackwitz pinches and able to knock it off the stick of the Ducks forward. Puck cross ice, looking for the stretch pass to Godfrey, but it's intercepted here by Grikovic. Nice move, but had it knocked off her stick by Julian.
Julian read it beautifully.
Godfrey forced back into her own zone. Watched here by Newman. Nice move. Now turns on the afterburners. Gets it past Nelson. Still on the stick of Godfrey. Walks into the slot area. Winds. Another move. Another shot there. Saved there by Davis Tope.
Godfrey just ran out of room there. Ryland got enough body in the way to shut down the opportunity.
Godfrey over to Julian. Tripped up and up goes the hand. And if Coach Drew Coffray wanted the timeout to work on the power play, he's going to get a second opportunity now as the Ducks go to the penalty box and the Ice go to their third power play of the game.
Ryland will be sitting till the end of the game or earlier. I'm sure Ducks fans would like to see a sit out for the remainder. But if they can get a little bit more, maybe the Ducks can get another shorty if the Ice can get a little bit overconfident. But we saw earlier how they set it up just with patience. The player cycling, it was early on, it was Godfrey getting into that backdoor position waiting to put the puck away. This time, different crew on for the Ice. They don't win the face-off though, it's loose. Parrington has it, looks up ice to try and clear the puck out. Doesn't get it past Dutton though, who pinches in. So he plays the puck up ice to Heel, who runs it across.
So now on the stick of the captain, Cochran, just in front of the Ducks bench, gives it back to Heel on the point. Walks in, sends it deep there for Dutton, who takes a shot and a blocking arm save there by Davis Tope.
Good shot by
Parrington.
Dutton.
Pinned there by Dutton. Puck comes out to Dash. Walks behind the net. She's got Cochran on the point and finds her. The captain over to Heel. Back to the captain. Cochran winds, shot. Blocked there by Yates, and Prosick now clears it, but only as far as the Kiwi International.
Just over a minute now to play. 5 goals the margin. Can the Ducks get one as a lead up to tomorrow and get themselves some momentum?
Dutton over to Heel. Just bounces off her stick, which allows Prosick to clear the zone. As you can hear from the arena, we're into the final minute of a 7-2 game here, the third installment of the Melbourne Derby. All Melbourne Ice so far in the 3 games. So here it is on the stick, on the power play, EDT, back to Anderson, PP1 back out on the ice, and it comes back to Godfrey, walks, takes a shot, deflected there by Julian, and down Davis Tope as she covers up.
Godfrey had a good screen there to shoot through. Davis Tope didn't see that one coming. But in the end was just in the right place at the right time. A good positional save for her. Godfrey shooting through a beautiful lineup. I'm pretty sure Davis Tope had no sight line on that one at all. Godfrey read it beautifully, but there was enough in the way. 37.8 seconds to play. The Ducks would love to get a shorty here if they can to give themselves momentum, at least to clear the puck out of the zone.
Yeah, it was a clean win by EDT for the Ice, but just the defenders not lined up for that, and they were forced out. So here they come. Anderson back to Saint-Amand, gets it over to Godfrey, who just leaves it for Saint-Amand, who drops it now for Godfrey, who's now walking in, curls away from Green, looked to chip it back, and picked up now by Julian. She walks the line, gets it down to Godfrey, walking and shoots and scores!
Godfrey on the back door, they set that up all the time.
Godfrey with her second with 9 seconds remaining in the third period. Lucky number 8. As the Ice get their first power play goal of the game.
You see that one just on the replay that Godfrey just sneaks in. She does that so well, time after time after time. She just gets herself that beautiful position onto the back post and converts to take it out to an 8-2 lead. That nullifies the penalty, of course. No solace in that one. It's just with 9.6 seconds to play in this game.
So face-off here, won by the Ducks, who have played well in stretches, but just not able to score more goals than the opposition here tonight.
Nelson got a shot away with just a few seconds to go, but it went wide. They didn't really get a chance there to test Jennings in the net. I don't think there was any shots on it that made it through to her, but a credible display there. Great game by the Melbourne Ice. The 8 goals, that lovely one, and the finish on the power play for Godfrey for her second. She'd been waiting for that one all day, and he kind of felt that sooner or later it was going to happen for her. Great play too for EDT with 2 goals. A lovely one on a loose Park Anderson with 1 early. And good play too by Claudia Nismovic with 2 assists, and all with 2. Jackwitz with a nice one as well, and Julian with a beautiful goal as well. So a good day for the Melbourne Ice. Melbourne Ducks not disgraced. They'd be pretty disappointed with the scoreline, but shots on the net 36-28. The second period was one where the Ducks looked a lot more effective. They just couldn't capitalise on the opportunities that they had, and they certainly had a few chances. But in the end too, they just caught a little bit, being out-muscled by the Melbourne Ice once more, and just a couple of mistakes being made there by the Ducks, and the Ice will make you pay for that every single time. So we'll be back with you tomorrow for the second game of this Melbourne derby. We'll be back here at IceHQ Eastern Standard summertime at 4:15 p.m. We'll be back with you then. Bring it on.